Agreed to, and I give the call to the member for Durack.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I gladly rise today to support this motion proposed by the member for Gippsland. As the federal member representing the Durack community, I am very proud to represent much of Western Australia's resources sector and natural gas production territory. I frequently meet with the sector and understand how critical gas is to Australia's economy today and into the future. The natural gas supply chain employs 80,000 people across Australia, primarily in regional areas. In 2022, natural gas was connected to more than 5 million Australian homes and provided 42% of the energy consumed by the Australian manufacturing sector. The sector also provided $17.1 billion in taxes, royalties and charges in 2023-24, allowing government, state and federal to invest in critical services and public infrastructure. Unfortunately, under this government, we have seen the price of gas increase by 22.2%, and the warnings of upcoming shortages are real. Shortages in the country that is as gas-rich as ours is quite simply a joke. It's clear to everyone on this side of the House that we need more supply of gas, especially as we move away from coal supplies. But it's not just Australian families, Mr Deputy Speaker, who rely upon our natural gas. I'd like to remind the House that Australian natural gas is key to the energy markets of many of our major trading partners. Last year, Australian gas met 40% of Japan's gas demand. Our gas is helping reduce their emissions as they shift away from coal and use our gas to manufacture green technologies. Countries like Japan have placed their trust in us to guarantee the future of our gas sector. I would like opponents of new LNG projects, like the Barossa LNG project or the Scarborough LNG project, to explain to me how such countries will meet their energy needs without our gas. It's quite ridiculous to think that such countries could take a renewables-only approach and instead would have to look to other sources. Goodness knows that reliance upon Russian energy is not the answer. A coalition government will get Australia's gas sector back on track by slashing approval timeframes in half without compromising on standards, defunding the Environmental Defender's Office, and we will commit to an annual release of offshore acreage for gas exploration and development. By supporting our gas sector, we will ensure that households and businesses can access affordable, reliable energy and stop Australian manufacturing jobs leaving the country due to gas shortages. Deputy Speaker, as a child of the goldfields, I'm an advocate for the entire resources sector, and I was pleased to read in The Australian today that uranium exports are forecast to top $1 billion for the first time in 23-24 and set to reach $1.7 billion in 25-26. As the previous Environment Minister, I approved the last uranium mine in Western Australia. Deputy Speaker, it was a good idea then, and it is still a good idea today. Unfortunately, the WA Labor government introduced a ban on further mines, but I'm very pleased that the leader of the WA Liberal Party, Libby Mettams, has confirmed that if elected, she will reverse the ban. I say hear, hear to that. Given our uranium is clearly good enough for the rest of the world, why shouldn't we move towards zero-emissions nuclear energy using good West Australian uranium? Currently, of the 20 largest economies, we are the only nation without nuclear power or plans to move towards it. I believe we need an all-of-the-above approach to energy. Renewables, gas and nuclear would create a well-balanced, affordable and reliable system. I'll conclude by acknowledging that we have heard some encouraging words from the Minister for Resources regarding the future of gas. However, it must be said that the future gas strategy and the announcement that gas will remain an important source of energy through to 2050 and beyond was not unanimously welcomed by those opposite. I have to say I have absolutely no confidence that Labor will keep its promises to the gas sector. What will happen to this commitment if they are thrown into minority government? And this is what the Australian people need to think about. Our energy security is not something that we should play with.
And I thank the member for